Yeah, I don't know what happened, but I had the most difficult process of ordering a pizza ever. I always like paying for it online so the person can just show up, leave it at the door, and like fuck off. Right? I just really don't want that interaction.
Yeah.
But when I put my credit card information, right, they're like, okay, what's your postal code? And then I like put my postal code in, and I was like, okay. And they're like, nope, doesn't match the credit card. And then I was like, oh, right. Because normally what I'll do is I'll put my parents' address for all my shipping stuff, so stuff doesn't get mailed to my house because I live in a basement suite. So I just send it to my parents' place. So I just always use that for anytime someone asks for my address. But I was like, oh, I think for my credit card, I actually did it properly because I went into the bank to ask them not to mail anything to my house, so I don't have to worry about that being an issue. So then I put my actual postal code in, and it's like, nope, not that postal code. And I'm like, what fucking postal code did I? And I just gave up, and I was like, I'll just fucking pay the guy at the door.
Dude, I always have a problem with my postal code too. It's really stupid.
I don't know what it is. I'm like, is it because it's not in caps? And then I put it in lowercase, and I put it in lowercase. I'm like, maybe it's because it's not in caps. And then I do a half and half, and I don't know. I'm like, maybe it wants me to put spaces in, but I can't.
No, I don't I generally don't have issues with my postal code in like inputting information for like paying for stuff. Usually if anything it's just like my if anything, yeah, it would be like my credit card would be maxed. But usually the info is correct. Other than when I got like my credit card changed or like a new one, so I just had to re-input. I had to get used to the different dates on it or whatever.
Do you max your credit card often?
No, definitely not. But it's only a 2,000 max, so it's just like if I'm
Oh,
if I'm like cuz like I don't spend like a ton of money generally. So if I'm like trying to buy a bunch of stuff at one time, then yeah, I'll probably hit my limit.
okay. I actually got some stuff to talk about.
I
I was gonna add another thing to the list.
got some little aggressions to bring to the table.
Aggressions.
And some little beefs between the three of us. Another Rubik's Cube incident.
Is there a Rubik's Cube incident? Is there another one?
No, I'm
I,
asking you because there's always something with the.
um,
uh,
no,
I'm kidding.
not that I can.
Okay. Okay. I was just all right. Go ahead.
Did I did I talk about ICBC last time?
No.
Okay, I guess we can start with that. Because basically, just if you don't live in British Columbia, the way the vehicle insurance works is it's ran by the government, and the government insurance agency is known as ICBC, Insurance of British Columbia. ICB, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so basically, one of their whole
What
shticks,
does the C
right?
stand for?
Corporation.
Wouldn't wouldn't Insurance of British Columbia? Wouldn't the C be Columbia?
Is
The
the
first
first C
C.
of?
Yeah.
Oh, the first insurance company of British
It's
Columbia.
corporation. But
Is it corporation?
All right. All right.
Whatever.
I
Are
just
you
before
sure?
you said
Are you sure
insurance of
that's
British
right?
Columbia. That's why. That's why I asked.
Yeah, I forgot the
IBC.
IBC, which is really all you need. An extra C just isn't needed. What's the difference between a corporation and a company?
Oh
Can one
goodness.
be one and not the other?
Oh
I
goodness.
it doesn't matter in this context. It's just a name.
Anyway, one of their whole shticks is that when you get a ticket, if you want to do any changes or anything else to your license, you have to pay the ticket first. It's just how they deal without having getting tickets, like without. It's how they deal with making sure people pay their tickets before they go to a collection agency. It's just like if you want to continue to drive, you have to pay your tickets before you can make any changes. So I renewed my license recently, and a few months before, a couple months maybe before I renewed my license, I got a ticket,
Oh
and I
no.
knew, and then I was like, okay, I was gonna pay the ticket early, and then I just never got around to it, and then I'm like, okay, well I'm renewing my license, I'll pay my ticket. So I went in, I was like, I want to do this, and then they're like, yep, that's fine, and I took the photos and everything for my new driver's license, and they never brought up anything about the ticket. And I was like, that's weird because I have to pay it before I can do all this stuff. So I was like, while I'm here, can I just pay this ticket that I got way back when? And they're like, yeah, sure, no problem. And I was like, cool, 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 cool. And then
Cool,
they're
cool,
like,
cool.
we don't have a ticket on file for you. Like, it doesn't say anything about any kind of tickets that are outstanding. And I was like, really? Because I got this ticket months ago. And they're like, no, we don't see anything here. And then I was like, that's so strange. And she's like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. And I was like, okay. And she's like, honestly, what was the ticket for? And I was like, oh, well, it was just for not displaying my end sticker, which is like one of the things you need to display while driving if you don't have your full license. So I
Yeah.
got like a ticket for that. And then she was like, oh, okay, honestly, everything's just so messed up with the cops right now that there's a chance they might have never filed the ticket in the system and they might never not. Like they're like 3 months behind, so it just might never get entered. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, I'll roll the dice on that. And I'll see if it never gets entered.
Well, I mean,
Right?
you're not really even rolling the dice because at this point it hasn't been entered, so there's nothing for
Yeah,
you to pay off anyway. So, like, by
exactly.
not paying it off, you're not in the wrong. You're just
There's
doing.
nothing you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. All right. So now fast forward to like 2 weeks later, right? I go to cancel my car insurance. And
Yeah.
then I'm talking to the insurance lady, and she's like, "Okay, yeah, you would be getting a refund of this much, but since you owe a ticket that's this much, they're just deducting that from the refund." And I'm like, "What ticket are you talking about?" It's like it says you have a ticket here for like for not displaying the end thing. And then I was like, "Okay, well that's really annoying because when I renewed my license 2 weeks ago, they told me I didn't have a ticket in the system, but now you're telling me I do when this ticket I got 3 months ago or like 2 months ago or whatever." And then she was just like, I don't know what to tell you. I can't really do anything. I can cancel your insurance, but it's gonna come out of this, like it's gonna pay the ticket. But then she's like, you can call ICBC and deal with them. So I'm like, fine, because that's always a joy. So I called them,
Well,
right?
okay.
And I was like, "Hey," because the main reason I called too is because since they didn't enter the ticket until like in between that 2 week period, like even if I wanted to pay the ticket off early to get the reduction, because you can get a reduced price for paying the ticket early, I couldn't because they didn't put it into the system. Like I think it's if you pay within the first week, you save like $20. I was like, I'm gonna make a point
Yeah.
and be like, I couldn't save the $20 even if I wanted to because there's nothing in the system. So I'm like, I'm happy to pay the ticket. I'm not happy, but like, I'll pay the ticket because I got the ticket, but I want it at the reduced price, right? Because I couldn't pay early if I wanted to. So I called ACBC and I told them I was like, hey, I tried to pay this ticket within the time that it was dated, like issued to me, but I couldn't because it wasn't in the system. And then she went through the computer and it's like, yeah, it looks like they only entered it into the system like last week. I'm like, I know, that's what I'm saying. So when I went,
Right.
they said there was nothing there for me. And the lady's like, well, it's not really our responsibility to keep track of the tickets that you get. Like once the officer prints you the ticket, you have a hard copy. So you're supposed to bring that into ICBC with you. And then we'll make up, like, we'll fill out all the information that we need to. And then when it gets entered in, they'll all just cancel each other out like you've paid already.
Right.
And I was like,
Wow.
that's stupid. So even though they couldn't enter it in sooner, I'm suffering because I didn't bring the piece of paper in with
Well,
me.
and I mean,
Like,
but at the end of the day, you're not suffering because you said that the ticket is just coming off of the price of like the refund or whatever that you said.
yeah, but that's still like just money that I could have got back and didn't.
Well, no, but it's not though because you would have had to pay that money
Well,
back to pay for the ticket.
right, but there would have been a $20 difference if I could pay the ticket early.
But you didn't try to pay the ticket early.
No, I didn't, but I made the stinks that I did.
I bet what happened was someone went into your account and that like flagged something in the system and then it prioritized your account for some whatever reason and then they're just like, oh yeah, they have a ticket and then they logged it in after that. Something like that. Or it could have just been coincidence. Well,
Yeah, I
that's
don't
fucking
know.
shitty.
It was kind of annoying. It's like annoying how
Well, yeah,
I
it
yeah.
sorry, it just sounds like you were relieved of this burden and then they're just like, oh yeah, no, it's like it's back.
Yeah,
And
and
so
then
it's
I
like
tried
that
to
sucks.
I tried to get my small little victory thinking there'd be a loophole because they didn't submit it at the time that it was due, that I could save my $20, but nope,
Yeah.
nope. They haven't figured out, it seems like.
I got something going on.
Yeah, so I lost $20 to the insurance company.
Damn.
I guess I didn't lose it, I just didn't save it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for sure. I dropped my phone the other day.
Oh yeah? You dropped it?
Yeah, on the carpet, and it fucking shattered the
shoes on or off?
screen. It was on. Wait,
Your
what? My
shoes were on?
shoes? I
Oh
thought you
no,
asked
you
me if
go
my phone
outside.
was on.
You go. Okay, do you wear shoes in the house?
I don't wear shoes, I wear slippers.
So you'll wear slippers inside your house, but when it's time to go outside, you'll just go bare feet?
You're
No.
supposed to wear slippers.
Well, why not just leave the slippers on, like when
Then
he
they'll
goes
get
out?
wet.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Why don't I leave the slippers on? Then they get dirty, and then I bring them inside. Then the inside's dirty.
Or just switch from one footwear to another. It's just, do you wear
Well,
socks?
that's what I do. I don't go
No, you
outside with
say-
my fucking bare feet.
Are you serious? We gotta cut back to the other clip. We gotta cut back to like all those podcasts ago when you're saying you're
Is
spending so
there
much time
like
outside barefoot.
you can only retain that fragment of that conversation.
Oh my.
Every single time. The only thing you can retain is I went outside with my outside without shoes
didn't-
on
It didn't
when
make
I was a
sense.
kid once. So I
You didn't say it
only
was once. You
I
said you run
only
around the
go
neighborhood.
outside without shoes on. I have never worn shoes outside.
That is
Never.
not what I said. That is not what I said.
That's what you, that seems to be the impression that conversation is left on you. Every time I go outside, I don't have shoes on.
You just from how we were talking, you made it sound like you spent the majority of your time outside around your house anyway, barefoot. Like if you just gotta go take out the trash, or you just went for a walk, you just barefooted it.
No, I didn't do that. That's not what I did.
So how much time was spent barefoot outside?
I don't know. How would I know that? Why would I know that? Some. Who would keep track of that?
Someone who doesn't do it as a regular thing. The fact that you can't track
No,
of it makes
no one would keep track of that. What?
I
What?
can keep track of that.
Okay, how many times then?
A handful, if that.
Oh, really? How many times then?
A handful. I can give you. It's more information than what you gave.
How
me.
many times
you
then?
have
A
more.
handful is not any more information.
It is. It's
No.
around 5. It's between 1 and 5.
Okay, that's not necessarily what that implies, but okay.
What? I guess it depends on the context that we're talking of. But like, if you ask me how many M&Ms could you eat in one sitting, and I went a handful, that's a bit different.
Yeah, I would agree.
If I'm counting times on something, and I'm say a handful.
I would say that's a
Yeah,
fucking
5.
stupid reference to use. Fucking handful of time. It's not a fucking. That's not a measure. That's not a measure that you can accurately compare.
Okay.
So, welcome to
One
Arguably a
five.
Podcast.
I'm Shalom.
Episode 16.
Jake.
I'm Liam.
I didn't think we were gonna get going that quick. I thought we were
I'm
just all just like
dying.
we were just talking to each other.
I'm just dying over you.
I don't even know what we were talking about.
A handful of rice?
You dropped your phone on the carpet.
I dropped my phone on the carpet,
It
and
was on apparently. You were wearing slippers.
it was on. Obviously, I don't know why you asked. Well, I thought you asked that. You didn't ask that. You asked if I had shoes on because that's why that conversation happened. Anyways, I dropped my phone on the carpet and it shatters the screen. It's just funny that you drop your phone on all the times. You know how those times you'll drop your phone on a hard surface, screen down, and it's like, oh, it's fucked. And then you like the fear of when you pick it up and reveal it, and it's just that's the Schrodinger's screen. It is broken and pristine at the same time. And all the times that I did that on a hard surface, apparently wasn't enough. But this one time, I dropped my phone on the carpet. It's face down, and I'm not worried about it at all because it's just carpet. So I was like, yeah, whatever. Only dropped it from like 2 or 3 feet off of the ground, not very high, probably 3 feet off the ground. Yeah, no, just shattered across the top of the screen and a little bit down to the bottom. So yeah, that was fun. Not a fun surprise. I was definitely not expecting that to be a drop to you spin it over and there's a shattered screen. So, but I mean, at the same time, it is an iPhone 6, so I should probably look into getting a new phone at some point here. A little bit outdated and slow these days.
I don't drop my phone all that often, and like I definitely don't break my screen very often. I think I've broken like 2 phones or something
Nice.
over like I don't know how many I've had. I've had a handful of phones, but I've broken a handful of them too.
How many is that?
A handful.
How many phones can you fit in your hand?
A handful of phones.
Probably about 5.
I don't think you could fit 5 phones.
I
in
think
your
I could
hand.
fit more than 5.
I think so
Really?
too.
Can I choose? Can we make this a bet?
Sure.
Can I
Okay.
choose the? Okay, what do you consider fitting it in your hand? Because when I think
Holding
fitting it
it.
in your hand, oh, that's all it is. Because I'm picturing like you're still able to make a fist.
That's not. I can't make a fist with my one phone in my hand.
I can't make a fist if I'm holding something.
There's something in the way of
But,
my fist.
Yeah, you could be holding like M&Ms and still make a fist.
How many?
You can't
M&Ms?
do that with a phone though.
No, that's why I was saying I don't think you're fitting a handful of phones in your hand. I guess
But
we
that's
just-
not the question. We're saying how many phones can you hold?
But he
I
said a
consider
handful.
holding
And that's why I
phones
was like,
just
I
holding
think we
them
just
where they
have
don't fall
different-
over.
Oh,
Oh my
Okay.
god.
yeah.
That's
Then you probably could.
I definitely could.
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't doubt that at all. It's impressive. Anyway, go on. Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt.
I guess it's just sign of the times. I need to get a new phone now because it's a really old phone. It's probably about time I get something a little modern because like they're like this is the iPhone 6. That means they're double that in the iPhones now. Like they're at iPhone 13 right now, I think.
Jeez.
Okay, I'm so confused. You have an iPhone, but how come when I text you, it goes green? Am I blocked? Did you block me?
I don't think I have. I don't think you've been texting me.
Well, every time I've tried, oh, it just started heavily raining.
I don't think you're texting me.
I'm not. Every time I've tried, it's gone green.
Yeah, I don't think you're texting me.
But I've. Hold on.
I think you're texting
No,
somebody else.
But this person sent me your address to your cabin.
Well, when did you send it? Send me a message now.
But I've also messaged you.
Because when was the last time you sent me a message?
Oh, it's blue.
Okay.
Huh.
Huh.
That's weird.
Interesting.
I don't know. What's your go-to? Do you guys do that? Like when someone gives you or you exchange numbers with somebody, do you message them right away to make sure everything's right, like before you end that interaction with them?
Yeah.
Or do you
Yeah,
just
typically.
take it at face value?
No.
Yeah, I don't trust people.
and
I don't trust people. I want to make sure that's the number, and you just not send me off to your cousin or something.
you're able to ask like what's your like go-to message to send when people give you their number?
Yeah.
Well, mine is just my name, just Liam, because they know who it is then. If they forget later, if they don't put the contact in right now, and they don't have to ask, they're like, who was this? They have it.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's the same thing I do, but Shalom would probably say something like Steven.
No.
Oh,
because
this is the wrong number.
No, because with Shalom, I'm controlling spelling it.
I am
Oh,
in control.
Control. There's a. Do you guys get that where it's just like you get joy out of like the little things that you can control, where to like most people, they're not a particularly like thing that's worth having joy over, but to you it like means the world because it's yours.
I need an example.
I'll give you an example. I'm so happy you asked.
Okay, thank you.
So one of the things that I just get a weird like satisfaction of is when I'm driving and I allow someone to like bend what will traditionally be the rules of the road because I have like encompassed that power. So for example, if I'm driving and then there's like a parking lot and someone's like trying to get out of the parking lot into like the busy road, and then I can stop in my lane, like block traffic, so they can pull out and then continue instead of just waiting there forever. But they don't know if that's what I'm trying to do, so I give them the wave to go forward. It's just every time I do that wave, that gets me going. I just like, my heart. It just, yeah, I enjoy that moment.
Yeah, I mean, I never do that unless I'm stopping anyways, because there'll be a break in traffic. But if someone's stopped like in a red light or something like that, and I'm like approaching the red light, and then there's someone just like who's been obviously waiting there for a while, and I'm stopping anyways, then yeah, okay,
Hmm.
well, you can just go ahead.
Yeah. The other one I'll do is if I'm turning right and there's someone trying to cross the street and like the light going straight is green, but they don't have a like the crosswalk signal to go for some reason. But like I know the light's gonna be green for a while, I'll just be like, just go ahead and cross, wave them through.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't really
Yeah.
like cater to bending the rules around others when I'm driving very much. I do usually I do the opposite. It's just like if it's outside of the rules, I'm not going to be nice about it. If it's within the rules, then yeah, sure. If people are like trying to pass me or trying to like get into a lane in front of me or I don't know, something like that, it's a lot more satisfying to just let them. Yeah, I don't know.
Mm.
If it's like something like stopping for somebody who is like trying to turn or something or trying to turn on, then I don't really tend to do that because it's just like it's like I'm not supposed like the big a big thing about driving is don't be nice, like just drive. What do what you're just I forgot what the actual term
Be
was.
smart.
Yeah, it's something like that.
You know that. Don't be nice. Be smart.
Yeah, I mean, it's gotta be something along those lines. But basically, it's just like,
Oh,
don't be the good.
predictable, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Don't be nice. Be predictable. Exactly. Yeah. So like,
Mm.
and then beyond that, like just like defensive driving. But like, I'm not a super defensive driver, I guess. Because
No.
I have a decent amount of faith in other people for the most part, and that was until I got into an accident. I don't know. That was like last year now. That was fun. I mean, I didn't get hurt. Nobody got hurt, so it wasn't fun. But it was stressful. But like totally not my fault or whatever. 100% the other person's fault. I think we talked about this already. But now I'm just like ever since that happened, I'm so much more defensive driving because like just the amount of stress that not even like physical damage but just like stress happens after an accident just in dealing with the insurance and just going through that whole process even if you are 100% not at fault and you're not going to have to be paying like a like any like upcharge in the insurance, it's still super stressful. And so now it's just like, fuck, I don't want to fucking even touch another car, even if I'm totally not in the wrong. It's just fucking, oh my god. It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah, accident. I feel the opposite way with accidents. My car for a while, the car that I don't have anymore, but I don't know why I'm getting into it. But oh,
Pizza's here.
oh, sorry, no, I just I aggressively coughed there. That was brutal. My pizza did come. I already got it. That leads me into something that I'll talk about later. But my car, every time something like was going wrong or I knew like there was an expensive part that I was gonna have to fix,
I just wanted to get into an accident at that end of the vehicle that wasn't my fault, so that problem could just be dealt with. I figured that would just make it easier. And sometimes,
Sorry.
sometimes if I was driving and somebody just like cut me off, I like speed up a little bit just so like hopefully they would just like merge into me, but it never happened.
I fucking hate that you have a driver's license.
What do you mean? Like it's accidents that would happen if I didn't.
There's no such thing
react
as
to them.
predictable accident, though. You
There are
cannot.
predictable
You
accidents.
cannot predict what they are going to do, though, in like the
Oh, for
process.
sure.
So
Like say
they
for
could
example,
like turn out into the road and then cause a huge accident that kills a ton of people, and you caused it because you were like
No.
made them swerve out of the way or something like
Here,
that.
I'll give a better example. If I'm driving and there's someone like right beside me, and then I see, or maybe like a little bit in front of me, and I see their signal come on to turn into my lane, and their car starts getting closer to mine, most people would honk to like let them know that they're there. Just for me, it's just whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen.
I mean,
It's stuff like that.
right. Yeah, I mean, I
know?
just it's still like just like the fact that even if odds are the insurance company will come out and say that they are at fault, but if it comes out that that you were aware that they were merging into the lane and you did not drive defensively, then you would get partial blame
Oh yeah,
for the
100%.
accident. Yeah, and that's just like
But why would I admit to that?
Well,
I'd be like, oh yeah, I saw that gonna happen.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Smarter than
I
that.
also
I gotta
I'm
figure
also
it
not trying to cause accidents, so I mean, maybe I'm just under a different lens here.
I'm not trying to cause them. I'm just not trying to stop them from happening to me. Well, I guess it depends. It depends on the situation and the car. If I'm in somebody else's car, oh yeah, of course. Like I'm not just gonna go out looking for it, you know. But if it's in my car and I want something fixed, or if I think, oh, this one could actually write the car off, and I can get a new car and just, oh yeah, all about that. In this market, forget about it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, how can you like? You also gotta like, yeah, all right.
How can I predict if the car's gonna get written off?
No, but I'm just saying, like, you also gotta like. I don't know. I'm not. It's a stupid thing. I'm not gonna try and like figure out the reasoning for it, odds and ends in it. It's a stupid thing.
I don't recommend this for sure. It's just my way of dealing with problems I don't want to deal with myself.
And I'm not looking for ways to make it more efficient for you, so I'm not gonna bring in my questioning into this. I'm not gonna bring in my inspection.
You don't have to worry. I sold the car. So it's someone else's problem. Someone else can go get into an accident now. It's actually funny though, because the car was like, I had like a sports car and it was pretty like, it wasn't slow. It was a pretty quick car. And the guy that bought it like knew nothing about cars. Like he couldn't even drive it. Like it was like pulled into a parking spot and he couldn't back it up. So I had to back it up and turn it around for him. So it was facing the right way. And then he just got in and I left, and then I heard him try and drive away and he stalled like quite a few times.
Oh, did he not know manual?
No, he did not know how to drive manual.
Ah.
And
yeah, rip.
From what I heard, he had about a 2-hour drive ahead of him in rush hour.
Oh my god.
So there's a good chance that car's not on the road anymore.
Yeah, I would be. I mean, yeah. Good luck, buddy.
I got my money. I went to the bank to make sure everything went through. Just kind of washed my hands from it.
Yeah, I mean, all right, that's cool. That's good. That
yeah.
And I mean, I don't know what the good ending, how that was supposed to end, but it didn't end in a bad note. I guess it ended in an exciting note.
Yeah, well, for me anyway.
I
I
mean,
don't know
yeah,
what happened to him.
it would have been an interesting drive.
For sure. So back to the whole my pizza came. It
Yeah.
it made me realize that I think I could get away with doing a decent amount like while we record and you guys would have no idea. Like do you guys if could you picture when I went to go get my pizza?
Um, no. I mean, I don't necessarily. Looking back on it, maybe if I look back on a big enough time chunk, but right now, not really. I can't think of it.
Jake, any guesses?
How far away is your couch from your door?
Well, I'm in my bedroom right now, but it's about a meter?
Okay.
2 maybe?
So like 3 steps?
Yeah, let's call it 5, yeah. But I also went from my door, my like room to my front door, paid the guy, and put the pizzas in the oven.
Oh, they weren't hot.
No, they are. I just want to keep them hot.
Oh, okay. That's smart.
I thought so.
Uh,
Oh yeah. I don't know, man.
Go on, Jake. Tell us, when is it?
When did I do it?
All
I
right.
thought this game would be. I thought this
You got
game
a
would be
couple
more
of
interesting.
opportunities.
Yeah, it's like fucking literally any time that you weren't speaking. Funny that you brought that up. I've been eating this whole time actually.
Oh, have you really?
Yeah.
What were you eating?
Soup. I've been having soup.
That's I'm guessing it's not too hot then, huh?
I
Let it cool
mean,
down?
it's not. It's. I mean, not anymore. It was hot. It was
Or
good.
you
It
were
was good.
eating it like as it was fresh, like fresh steaming hot. You were still eating it.
Fresh out of the can and microwave.
Oh,
Yeah.
what kind of soup?
I was like potatoes and bacon
How
and
were you
some
muting
sauce.
yourself as you were eating?
Yes.
Oh,
That's
okay.
definitely the play.
That's why.
I've also had a slice of
That's why.
pizza.
I didn't. Oh, that's why you're muted. Yeah, I saw Jake was muted for a bit.
Yeah, I saw
But
Jake muted for a bit too.
I did that all unmuted.
Yeah, I mean, I assume you just like left and then came back.
Mhm.
And
So pretty much
didn't bring the
when
mic
I
with you.
no, when I left, Liam was like, I dropped my phone on the carpet.
Oh,
And
okay.
then when I came back, he was like, and that's why I need a new phone. So it'll be it'll be interesting to actually hear that story after.
Yeah, I guess so because there's not much else to it. It'd be interesting to find
know
out what you
what I
missed, whatever you did. Yeah, definitely didn't miss much there.
But it makes me wonder what else I could get away with.
Oh
while we
yeah,
record.
Too Legit to Quit is from a movie. Do you guys know what movie it's from?
What are you talking about?
It's okay, so
Is this something we've talked about?
last recording we were talking at the end. I don't remember what we were talking about, but I said Too Legit to Quit, and I thought it was something from Lonely Island because of Andy Samberg or something like that.
Oh yes, yes.
and
I do.
it wasn't Lonely Island, but it was Andy Samberg. It was have you I'm sure you guys have seen it. Hot Rod.
No.
You haven't seen Hot Rod? It's I don't know if it holds up, but I watched it with like probably like at least a decade ago. But yeah, it was from that movie. I feel like it was a pretty big movie at the time. I don't know. Maybe not. But well, I guess nobody cares because none of you have actually seen that movie. So, never mind. Yeah.
So
Scratch
what
that
was
one
the-
off. Not going to bring that one up again.
Set up the scene. Set up the scene. What happened to have him say it?
Fuck, I don't remember. He was just talking to some chick, and he's like doing these hand things. I'm too legit to quit, and then I wasn't legit, and then I quit. I don't fucking remember what it was. That's what the Instagram post was the other day for the last episode, because that's the episode we said it in. So you can go back. You can go back to the Instagram post for episode, I think 14, and you'll see the scene that is from.
Okay, I am. I'm getting more and more annoyed because earlier today I was scrolling through. I think Instagram is doing this thing where it's just following people that it thinks I know, but I don't ever remember following them. I'm
I
just like,
I don't think that happens.
'cause
Are
I
you talking about the
constantly find
suggested?
myself- No, like I constantly
Actual
find myself
following.
scrolling through. Yeah, I find myself scrolling through my Instagram feed and like seeing someone's like a photo of someone's like face or something, or just some people. I'm like, I don't know anybody in that photo, and then I'll click on the account and it'll show that I'm following them and that we have mutual followers. And then I'm like, okay, we have mutual, so maybe I know you. And then I'm like, maybe I just don't recognize you now because it's been so long since I've seen you. You've just changed that much. So I'll scroll back to a time where I might have like known them and like try to look at pictures of them from that time, and I still have no idea who they are. So I unfollow them, and they're not following me, and it's just weird. I just don't. I find it happening more and more. I think Instagram's just following people for me.
Wow, you should send it an email. Say who's fooling around on my account.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a crazy conspiracy theory.
do you
just-
do you think like someone else has access to your account or something like that? Because I've never experienced that before.
I don't know if someone does, because I don't even know the information to get into my account. Like if I were to sign out of it, I could not get back into it without having to do the whole forgot my password thing.
Yeah, but then you know the information to get back into it. You just don't know the password.
Oh, I mean, I only have one email,
Well, then there you go.
so I guess I have half the information to get back into it.
Well, then you can get back in. If you have the email, if you have access to the email, you can get back into it. That's
Okay,
like
anyway,
the
the
only
point
important
that I was
thing.
trying to make is that I haven't been able to give out the password to anybody so they could get into it.
Yeah, but like, what devices have you sold that had Instagram on them?
I mean, I guess all my other phones, but I haven't sold them privately. Like I just give them back to the phone company that I bought them from to get my new phone.
Do you not like reset them shit first?
I just wipe them.
No,
I just like do a factory wipe.
yeah. I
Just
mean,
delete.
I don't know. This seems like maybe it's just drunk you going ham on an adventure. Maybe
Could be.
perhaps.
We gotta do a drunk recording. I really. It's been so long since I've been drunk.
Yeah, that would be interesting. We could do like a subcategory of the podcast, maybe like once a month or something like that, where we just like record it completely just drunk or something like.
But just
Once
but
a
still
month?
release it.
Once
Still
a month
release
or
it
like
on the
once every
regular.
quarter.
But just
That
release
sounds
it on
like
the
crazy.
regular once, just every sixth Wednesday or something. It'll be the drunk episode.
I mean, that's so oddly specific. Why don't we like do once every other month or something like that?
How's that any less oddly specific?
Because it's, I mean, in my eyes, I just see like a consistency in the like years going forward, so it matches up on the same time of the. It would all be like the first week of January or something, and the first week of whatever, the first week of June every year. I don't know. That I just find it like more
Anyway, we
calendar.
can get into it.
It doesn't have to be
later.
whatever.
But like I think that would be so much fun. I think it would just make for some good solo I think we can have the edit would suck. I feel bad for whoever has to edit that.
I mean, I feel like the edit would be hard because it would be hard to get through it. And
There'd be
like,
so much. It might have to be a two-parter.
I mean, yeah, as many as we could get, or just one like 3-hour episode. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, that'd be interesting. That'd be fun to do.
I think so. I think it'd be just. When was the last time you guys like really got there?
Oh, I don't know. It's
Like throughout the course of the
been a while.
pandemic, it's really cut back the amount that I've been drinking.
Yeah, I've never really been much of a drinker.
No?
No, like I like alcohol that tastes good. I don't really like alcohol that doesn't taste good, so I don't really like alcohol in general. But I mean, yeah, like I'll get drunk just like like if I'm gonna get drunk, but if I'm just gonna like drink something, it's gonna be something yummy, like a cooler or like a cider.
Ciders are good. But
Yeah.
you just don't like fine beer.
Like I'll
That
drink
get
beer if I'm getting drunk because it's like not as bad of a hangover as if I'm like drinking something super sugary.
yeah, right. But just you just don't like the taste of beer.
Yeah, no. I mean, I also don't drink coffee. Like I don't bitter things haven't really grown to be something I generally like. I mean, yeah, not really. I'm not really a huge fan of bitter things. I don't really like grapefruit either.
I have that is something I've always found interesting. Like at what point, because you know how they just say like a lot of those things are like a refined taste and you're like grow to like them.
Yeah.
At what point do you stop trying?
What do
Like
you
how long do
mean?
you give how long do you give coffee before you're like, I don't like this, and now that I
I
just haven't acquired the taste?
I mean, I feel like it's something like if you do it out of consistency, then you'll just gain the acquired taste. But then the other thing is where as time goes on, taste, your sense of taste just grows less effective. So those bitter things are probably less intense. It's probably a lot harder to like. It's probably a lot more. Oh, I don't really know how to describe it. More stimulating when if you have a weaker sense of taste to taste something bitter because it's not like so overpowering
Right.
necessarily because everything else is slightly duller, so it's like it's a little bit more of like a vibrance, but it's not like too much, whereas just like a young kid probably has a lot more of a extreme reaction to something that's bitter, but that also might just be purely acquired taste of like taste in general, of like taste of all different things. But I mean,
Like
who
I
knows?
drink coffee 3 times a week, and if I'm like being honest, like I don't like the taste of coffee. Like I'm not gonna not drink it. I don't know what it is. I'm just like if everybody's going out for coffee, if I'm getting like going through like a Tim Hortons drive-through, I'm getting coffee with my meal. Like I'm paying for it, but it doesn't have a good taste. I feel like anyone who says that coffee has a good taste, like coffee itself, is like lying. Like sure, some coffees taste less bad than others,
Yeah, that's
but
true. I just haven't really gone down that path yet. Yeah, I'm not really. I don't know. I don't really know why. Because it's just like caffeine. A lot of
I
people.
like the warmth of it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people
yeah, the warmth
argue
is
there's a lot of
nice.
health benefits too. I don't
I
really.
like waking up cold and then having a cup of coffee and just like warming up. But then I don't just drink black coffee. I've added some sugar and some milk, but
Mm.
Hmm.
because I don't like the taste of black coffee, but I like the taste of coffee when it's sweet like that.
Yeah, I don't
See,
really wake up cold. I wouldn't say.
I drink a decent amount of black coffee. I don't know why, but I do. And it's not like my least favorite way to drink coffee a lot of the time. So
What's your
I don't
least
know.
favorite way
At least favorite way? I don't
to
know.
drink coffee?
I guess it depends on the coffee. Like I guess just different coffees I would want to have different things in them depending on the quality of the coffee.
Right. I guess that makes sense.
So yeah, if it's like I guess traditionally what would be known as good coffee and like good quality coffee, like I don't have a problem drinking that just black. But if it's like out of a Keurig, it's like I gotta put some cream, sugar in there,
So
and
what's
some whipped cream.
worse?
What's worse?
Yeah.
Black good coffee or shitty coffee with additives?
Yeah.
I guess the black good coffee tastes worse, but I wouldn't want to drink the black good coffee with the shit like the additives in
Black good versus added shit.
it. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me, but I don't. Saying it out loud, it kind of just like, why don't you just stop buying coffee?
Sorry, wait, you said the black good coffee was better, right? I was too focused on that thing I was working on.
No, I think I said the. Oh, what did I say? Wait, which one is better? Uh-oh. I don't want to answer because I feel like I'm going to contradict myself. Like I said one thing already, now I'm going to say something different. I don't know
Which
how I
one
feel
do you
anymore.
believe?
I don't know how I feel anymore.
So I mean, like, if you don't like black good coffee as much as added shit coffee, then why don't you have black black coffee but add shit?
That's the thing. I feel like that if I have black good coffee and add shit to it, it's going to taste worse than the shit coffee with shit in it.
Oh, wait. The good coffee with shit will taste worse than the shit with shit?
Yeah. But the
Wow.
shit with shit tastes better than the black by itself. It's a weird thing.
Wow. There's a whole science behind it.
I don't know how to explain it, man. It's just
What about the black shit coffee? Would that be the worst then? Because you haven't even said that yet.
the black shit coffee. Yeah, that's undrinkable.
Okay, there we go. We have found the answer. That's the worst. That's your worst or least favorable way of consuming coffee. It's black shit.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
Oh, that's
So you
cool.
like shit coffee the best?
No, I like shit
Wait.
shit coffee. No, I hate shit coffee.
No, you
No,
hate
it sounds like you
good
like
shit
shit
coffee.
coffee the best.
You like good shit coffee.
No,
Or you hate good shit coffee.
you hate good shit coffee. You like good black coffee. But you like shit coffee more than black shit
Good black
coffee.
coffee ain't good.
Wait, yeah. Black good.
Yeah, so I guess it's. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'd have to say. So it's shit coffee with shitty stuff in it. It's the best, and then black good coffee is under that, and then shit black coffee is the worst. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, I guess so.
Yeah, I think that's how I feel.
I'm trying so hard to keep up.
Wait, I mean, I get it. I mean, I understand what he's saying. I don't understand why he feels that way. But I mean, I guess it's because the good
Like it's Starbucks shit.
No, Starbucks is what is Starbucks? Starbucks is shit with stuff added in it.
So like okay.
So the best. Starbucks is the best.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't just get black coffee from Starbucks. Like if I go into Starbucks, I gotta get like a macchiato, like a caramel macchiato, or like
Yeah, shit
a
with shit.
hazelnut latte. Yeah,
Interesting.
but even like with Tim Hortons or like McDonald's, like I'm getting a double. It's just like less fancy than Starbucks, but it's still shit. But
Right.
if I go to like Parallel 49, or something like that, like that's the only coffee brand I really know by name, to be honest.
I don't know that.
I know Folgers.
Well,
I mean, how
Folgers
could you not?
Folgers is shit black coffee though.
Well, yeah,
So
then you
Folgers-
add shit to it, then it's good shit. It's black shit. No, wait, what? Oh, I don't know anymore. Fuck. What about tea?
Oh, I love tea.
Yeah, tea is
I
so
love
good.
tea so much.
And there's so many
God.
different kinds of good tea, too.
For the past 6 months, so there's like this tea that you can get where it's like, because you know how normally tea is like they're like leaves and then they're put into a bag or whatever, right? Or like herbs put into a bag. Or
Right.
sometimes you can get them loose and then like put them into like a little ball thing that you can steep.
Yeah.
Well, there's this one. There's many of them, but they're flowers. So like as you steep the tea, they like bloom in your teapot, and they just look really cool, and you end up with like this flower in your tea, and they taste so good. But if you don't have like a transparent teapot, you don't really get the full enjoyment out of watching that whole process happen. because if you just have a ceramic teapot or whatever, you got to take the lid off and then look into it and then see what's happening, right? But you still don't get the full view.
Right.
So for so long, I've been trying to find like a glass teapot, and it is impossible.
I mean,
I
you could
don't
also like just pour it into a cup and then just use like one.
Right, it just might be pretty strong.
Right. I mean, okay.
You'd have
I
to
don't
like
know
just
if to
take it
like
out and then like put it off to the side, and I don't know if that's gonna affect the quality of it. Like if you wanted a second cup.
right, like I don't know what the potency would be. I'm just thinking of like a regular like tea bag. You can just like chuck one in one cup
Yeah.
if you want real quick, or you could just chuck a few
I think
into
it'd
a
be I think it'd be
thingamajigger.
pretty strong because the thing like blooms and it's like ends up being like rose size. So that's like a lot of tea. Like, imagine if you had a tea bag the size of a rose. I feel like that'd be some pretty strong stuff.
Right, but I mean, it's just one flower though, right? So it's not like dense.
I mean, but it starts off dense because it like has to bloom and then it like opens up.
Right, but how big is it when it's small?
Oh, about a handful.
Oh my god. It is one handful in size.
That's gigantic.
The size of a fist.
About the size of a fist. No, I'd say it's like the equivalent to like a rose that hasn't bloomed yet, or like a tulip that hasn't bloomed yet, like that kind of.
Okay, but what's the diameter?
I don't know, man.
Is it like an inch?
No,
It's got about a handful of diameter.
yeah, I guess I'd say give or take, more or less, between an inch and 2. Like bigger than an inch, but smaller than 2.
So about like an inch and a half, maybe.
Wait, how big is an inch?
And is it like a full circle, or is it like
It's
a flower?
ovally. Like
Ovally.
ovally.
Yeah, all right. I mean, yeah, all right.
I've never done this myself though. I've seen someone do it once, and it was like the best tea I've ever had. And they told me like that I could buy the tea, like the flowers essentially from like David's Tea. Like it's not super hard to get, but it's just I haven't because I don't have a glass teapot, and I don't want to buy a glass teapot online because I'm just worried it's just gonna be shit. Like it's not gonna be as transparent as I want it to be. Like it's gonna be like hazy glass or whatever. Like it's not gonna be clear. So I've been trying to find one in stores, and it's just very difficult.
So
I'm
you don't
looking for,
even
like,
know
800.
if. Okay.
I know a
ex-
glass teapot exists because the
How
person
expensive
said,
is the tea?
"Oh, that I don't know."
I wonder if it's just like super expensive because it's so fancy and probably manufactured, like handmade and all that sort of thing.
Good possibility.
Might
But
be an
I think it's
expensive venture.
yeah. I just don't think. I think every time I have tea, it wouldn't be the way of doing it. But I think if I was hosting an event or something, or as a special occasion, or just I had guests, and then like I'd be like, "Oh, you guys want tea?" And then I put tea on, and I'd do it that way, and just like
Right.
set it up in the middle of our common area or whatever, and
Yeah.
decorative.
Right.
I think it'd be like the equivalent of people who have like nice bottles of wine in their house that they don't really touch till big occasions.
Right. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
tea.
Oh,
Really?
really?
No, I'm not a fan.
What about it don't you like?
I don't know. It's like flavored water. I don't like flavored water either. It's just so faint. It's just like you're drinking water with a. I don't know. I just don't like it.
Ah,
some
but it's
honey
not
in there.
faint. Yeah, you
Get
gotta
some
throw
lemon.
some honey and some milk in there. Yummy. Some Earl Grey tea.
I've never found a tea I like.
Or some orange peyote. That's some good stuff.
Wow.
Ooh, the one I've been like big into like chai tea as well, and then
Chai
doing, like,
tea is so good.
London fog stuff.
I've tried that before. Not as
I
good.
can't I can't do it. I have to have someone make it for me. But
It's
I really
not
like
as
it.
good. The regular chai tea is just better.
What I
Based.
really like, I think I like it anyway. They're called dirty chais. They're like chai teas with like espresso.
Interesting.
I know, I thought so too, and then I got one and it was really good.
Fair enough. I don't think I would like that. I mean, I
I don't
just
think so
don't
either.
like coffee,
You don't
so
like coffee. Full circle.
I've had an
Um.
espresso shot before.
Oh, that's an interesting way to
Yeah,
present
as someone
yourself.
who doesn't drink coffee.
Yeah.
It was during
What
my one of my like graveyard shifts at McDonald's. Just doing the overnight. I think it was 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. It was pretty fun. Those were pretty
I
weird shifts.
is Mc like are all McDonald's 24 hours?
Not all of them.
But like all the ones with the drive-through should be, right?
Usually, yes. Like the ones around here with the drive-through, they are, but the drive-through stays open all night. However, around 3 in the morning, I believe they will reset their systems. So if you arrive when they're resetting their systems, they can't do any transactions. So you won't be able to order anything till it's over. And that takes like half an hour. So they try and do
Oh.
it like at 3 or 3:30 in the morning, which is like the slowest.
Maybe I'm just going at the worst times when it just happens. Because the McDonald's by my old house, I would get there at like 3 in the morning or like 2 in the morning or something. And I just like wanted some food.
Which
And I'd
one?
like,
Like, is it like one of the two around here?
no,
No.
it's
Okay.
like deeper in Surrey. It's like, do you know where the Bell Center is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like around there.
Right. Yeah, like some of them like they'll have a sign on there that says 24-hour if they are one of the ones that are 24-hour.
I don't know if I ever saw a sign.
There's like it's
But
like a little like a 24-hour thing with a star on it.
yeah, I guess I've just never looked for it.
Fair enough.
But I'd go up to there and I'd just be like, hello?
You
Hello?
can check the Instagram if you want to see what we're talking about.
And yeah, I was just always annoyed because I'm like, you're supposed to be 24 hours and there's nobody here.
You sounded like the Five Nights at Freddy's guy on the phone when you were saying hello there.
I've never played that game. That's a game, right?
Yeah, I played it once. I was actually drunk at the time. I played it at a friend's house with not that friend, but our other friend with his little brother on his PC, and it was hilarious. At least because we were drunk. It was because it was terrifying, but it was hilarious. And then after a while, it just became hilarious. And yeah, no, it was a very, very interesting experience. But there's like a ton of those games now, like 4 or 5.
I don't know if I've ever played video games drunk.
I have.
Yeah, so I heard.
Very many times.
Would you say that improved?
Have you never
or less
played? Wait, what?
I think you've played some video games drunk. I think you've done that with me.
Really?
There's a
I'm
lot of
pretty sure.
things. Yeah, I feel like that's something that you'd get into at some point when you're drunk.
Just video games?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I mean, we have an example. Apparently,
I
Yeah, I
think
guess.
so.
What did we play? I mean, I guess we only played one game together.
Yeah, we only exactly. We only play Apex.
I have no memory of this.
probably because you were drunk.
Guess you're pretty drunk.
Was I that drunk?
I didn't think you were that drunk.
Guess I just do a lot of stuff.
Rock Band's a good one.
Yeah,
Oh, Rock Band was fun.
Great one played drunk.
that's the best drunk game.
But you can have a lot of fun sober too for all of our non-alcoholic audience. If that makes any sense. That's definitely not the right terminology.
All our sober people.
Yeah.
People living in sobriety.
The word that I used before calling them whatever else I did.
Oh, jeez. Well, I'm eager to get diving into this pizza. So I figured I had one last thing that I can kind of. I guess it's not a big thing, but I just thought it would be something that we could throw in there because I know we touched about it briefly. Not about it, but
well, we might be able to record a second episode here, so maybe we could hold on to it for that. Perhaps, maybe. Wink, wink. But if not, then okay.
Okay, yeah, we'll let it hang out. I'll bring it up next time. We've been going for a bit.
Hey.
Anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. a whole lot of upsies and downsies with this one. But if you like what we do and like what we're about, reach out to in the YouTube comments. And
you like what we do, feel like we're about, reach out.
Check out our Instagram. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, be sure to review. It really helps us out. And check out the website, which will all be linked where you find links. All right, thanks.
Bye.
That was a podcast. If you like what we do and like what we're about, reach out